did a lot of things in order to get a certain area of banners. And it stayed, I think originally, and I could be wrong, in one section. But after many years of working together, now you see them rotating them, and they're with the high school, the town, and they're throughout the community. But I think that goes with working, like the mayor says, in conjunction. But they're kind of pricey, so you may find out, okay, we can only do one banner for now. The school buys one banner, and somebody made a suggestion during the school year of maybe, I don't know, I haven't read the letter of knowing the recommendations, but I think somebody one time said something about maybe 3 or 4 in front of the school, and then the village doing something. I'm not throwing that out there, I'm just saying, we don't have any direction or any guidance, but Jill and I will start looking at what does the budget say for next year, but between now and the end of this year, and if we want holiday banners,
Yes.
I mean,
I would really be pushing it right now, imagine.
but you know, you may want to. There's people sometimes that want to contribute to certain things too, and if it's put out there, there may be an opportunity where somebody says, or some organization says, hey, you know, we'd like to see holiday banners before the end of the year, and something like that happened. We're just not prepared to answer that tonight, and I apologize, but this is the first conversation I've had with it.
Do you have any idea how much a banner costs? I have no clue.
Several years ago, the church I was at bought banners, and I think it was for, it seemed like it was almost $60 a banner, but there seemed like there was a $100 setup fee, initial setup fee for design and all that. There's a company down in Columbus I found that did the majority of all the communities. I can get that information, but I think if you had a realm of thinking, you're probably looking at probably $60 a banner and probably an initial setup fee of at least $100 for the design. But anytime you add color,
Right.
the price starts going up. That's for one color, and if you add 2 colors and 3 colors.
If you decide to form a committee, we do get magazines sometimes that send us things, and I've saved them for that reason, so I have those if somebody wants to look into size, color, you know.
And I think we can contact a couple communities that are actively doing it. You mentioned the other day you was in Jackson Center, and they have them. I know Ada has them, Walk has them.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we could call a couple of them, you know.
And Anna's got them.
You know, we can just ask, say, hey, you know, what size is that, what do you pay for them, and where do you get them from?
I'd be willing to go to school board meeting and find out what they've got in mind, and if they can get that design, bring back to council.
Well, I think you're coming up with, you know, do you want to do it? And then I think the council needs to take action of, you know, if you decide you want a committee of some sort, and then to work with the school committee. I think that's what I'm hearing. I don't know.
I think no matter what we decide or however many banners there are, the ones directly across from the school that he has in number 4, I think that would be neat to allow, I mean, just have those there. You know what I'm saying?
Them 5.
Yeah, I think those would, you know,
Yeah,
no
that's-
matter what we decide, that would be nice to have those there at the school that he's asking for.
And who's to say, you know, that they didn't buy holiday banners that coincided with that for
Right.
the cycle out, like the mayor was saying, cycling out to cover different seasons and stuff. I don't know. I think that's why it's good to have
Maybe
different.
some business around this area that may be willing to kick in too.
Do what?
We may have some businesses around there that might be willing to kick in too also.
Or even individuals.
Yeah.
That have.
Sure.
Nathan?
That's not me, but.
If I could speak out of turn, I apologize. I did just check with one of my sources, and their community looked at banners, and they're roughly $130 a piece now. So,
What size are they?
Customized.
yeah, you're talking customized by the time you do setup and multicolors. I mean, even your most basic banner, you can figure on $100 a piece. So I can tell you after speaking with.
What size is that, Diane?
You know,
You
I
remember?
don't have the exact dimensions. When the council ordered them, when they realized they couldn't go in customized, what they did is they went with the pre-order, just like the catalogs, Carrot Top Industries and whatnot. And they looked gigantic when council held them on table. When they got them up on the poles along Main Street, they looked itty bitty.
Uh-huh.
And they just went with pre-printed ones, and they might have been around that $70 a piece, and they only ended up getting about maybe 7 or 10 of them. And they just would skip polls. They had businesses interested in donations. When the businesses, we had a committee between some business members and members of council over the years, and when they looked at the cost, they could not believe what it was for custom logos being placed on and certain wording. So the interest fell a bit to the wayside. So it resurfaces, but it's finding a business and actually having aggressive to go out and seek that funding for those banners.
It'd be quite a bit of money if you wanted to put banners on every pole.
Well, and you might check with the school because they may have started looking, I know I spoke with the superintendent and he had, I think one of the options he said he was gonna present was all the poles, and he said his board president about had a heart attack when he explained the cost. So I think they may have done some research. You may check with them if there's a committee formed or what have you. You know, Chris would be the one to go to on that.
Well, to move this along just a little bit, do you feel that the 5 poles across from the school is sufficient and adequate on our part, and go ahead and lead them to believe that's what we will do, depending on what the banner is we're going to use? You know, you guys need to approve whatever's put on our poles. You know, it may seem appropriate to somebody, you know, I just want to make sure that everybody agrees that that's what you want. And then that'll take care of those 5 poles, and then we've got from now till who knows when to decide what we're going to do with the rest of them. And how we're going to fund that project, what we want it to look like, so on and so forth. So.
Go ahead.
I'll make a recommendation.
Fred's got something to say.
Well, I don't know if I do or not. I would like to still recommend that you form the committee if you do this. Come up with a plan together, because, playing devil's advocate, do we want 5 poles flagged and the rest of them naked?
Okay.
I mean,
I see what you're saying.
you know, or do we want to say, yes, we agree with you, but maybe we do it in the spring when we can do at least every other one, like she was suggesting, to where we aesthetically balance it. And so rather than say, yes, you can do 5 today, I'm just saying the appearance,
Okay.
do we want 5 out there and none known to anybody else? So I'm just saying, I think really, if you approve, I think the 5, yes, like the mayor was saying, this is what we're gonna go with. But let's put together a plan of action with a committee, and then come back for approval.
Sounds good.
Okay, now, I'll go to school board with it.
Bob's got something to say? He's like me.
I think you want to be consistent. You actually have something nice, those banners would be great. And I know what Downtown Lyman did. There's a gentleman named Bill Lyons. I'm not playing with my phone, I'm trying to find the phone number. He owns American Billboard and Cheap Sign Company, and they design those. And in fact, they have those they do for Downtown Lyman. It costs more. If you're going to do them yourself, you may be able to get a large, you may be able to get a bulk price out of it. And I would say that you want to say that you're interested in doing this, and that you want to support the school and the spirit of the community, but you're looking at trying to implement a plan for a majority of the polls, and call this guy and see if he can't come down here and give you a quote. And I'll give you the telephone number after we get out.
Okay, works for me. Appreciate that. If that's acceptable.
Sounds good, yeah. Look at all the options.
So you want me to hold off because school board?
So I think you would consider a motion to form a committee to approve putting flags on the poles in conjunction with the school.
With the agreement that they wait. to get
I
it
don't
done
know,
by-
I'm just saying, I think,
When we do, when the town's able to.
I don't know how much definition you put in it, I think you're just coming up with a plan.
You can work that out within the committee.
You have a committee, you have the street committee.
Okay.
Who's on streets?
Me.
Does this even require a vote, Bob?
Not if you just refer it to the
Bob and
committee.
Dick.
Bob?
Bob and Dick
Bob
on
and Dick.
streets.
So really, you don't need a vote, you guys are just, this is a general direction that you're choosing.
I just appoint
What happened?
the street committee to look at it, and if you need, Bob, if you need somebody else to help assist, you can draw from any of the rest to help. Fair enough?
Okay.
And then, is the council authorizing Bob to reach out to the school or somebody else to have that discussion with them?
Yeah, because while we're doing all this, they can start trying to decide what they want and what they want to present to the council.
And in the meantime, we can do it on what we want to.
Right.
Even start campaign drive, raise money. If any business we wanted to donate.
Get the word out.
You might be surprised, I'll tell you what, I can't say enough about the new Waynesfield, what's it called, Jill?
WGOSA.
And they put together a
Well,
team.
that's the sports.
It's not the
Wayne
Waynesfield.
Goshen Youth Sports
Yeah,
Association.
it superseded the Ball Association. And they've got the 5013C certification. They put together a team of professionals, and they're just doing an outstanding job with the youth sports and their vision and their plan. And they're building a new diamond as we speak, and with our approval, and, and doing a nice job.
We got some new leaders, that made a difference.
Okay. Any other old business? If not, new?
This one's mine, and I'm asking, just to add money to the funds. I don't need transfers, we just brought in more than what we thought we would, so we just need to transfer that money into our accounts.
So you don't need emergency then?
Well, it needs to be done as
Yeah.
an emergency, so I can put the money in there.
We'll just accept it.
But usually we transfer from one account to the other, but this is just to go directly into the funds.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rule of 3 readings and declare an emergency.
Miller,
Yes.
Zimmerman, Earl,
Yes.
Ewing,
Yes.
Knox,
Yes.
and then for the actual ordinance.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 16-10-1, an ordinance to amend appropriation ordinance 16-1-1.
Miller,
Yes.
Zimmerman. Yes. Earl,
Yes.
Ewing. Yes. Knox,
Yes.
thank you.
Any other new business?
I don't know if it's new or old, but, I know we talked about the old Christmas things. I can't remember what was said, those are no good anymore. Is there gonna be something?
Well, and that's what we were talking about, even about these new poles getting, they have lighting ability. I won't say who that handles our purse strings. Not saying anybody's
Said
particular.
no.
But it was kind of encouraging me to go to Dollar General and get some garland and hang on
That's
them.
not what I said.
And she would hang it up. Is that,
The-
you get it, she puts it
Well, if I
up.
want it
The
done. I would do
decorations
it.
that we have are
You're
not
saying the city
compatible.
is lazy?
They're not compatible with these
compatible,
poles.
but they were looking
but
like- Anyway.
They're getting kind of ratty. But we will utilize as many of those as we can. And,
But, yeah.
yeah, But I guess what we'll say is bare minimum, we will at least put red bows on the poles or something.
Okay.
You
No,
know,
that's all I wondered, if
I
anything
don't
was gonna be
foresee
done. I
us
mean, I'm not.
buying decorations anymore this year, I mean, as far as that, but garland, lights, bows, something like that you can pick up.
You told me we.
You know my Dollar General for this too?
But we'll try our very best to not spend a ton of money, but make it look
And then
very presentable.
employees put that up?
Yes.
Well, I'm just asking because like over at Fort Jennings, like they have like a night where whoever wants to go help, they decorate the town. I'm just asking.
I
And
don't
they have
think
a
I-
great time doing that.
Well, no, I don't think.
Church-wise, it might be a problem.
You know, that's like asking somebody to come and paint your house. Do you just let everybody show up?
You
and
know,
paint your house?
I think Putnam County, you know, they have a great time because they
Yeah,
are
but
very
see,
festive
they have,
too.
yeah, but I was gonna say, they have
Yeah.
assistants.
Yeah. I've been there when they had that assistant, yeah. Okay.
Jill, if you go to that 99 cent store out in Rob Avenue, it's kind of bitch, might
This
be
is all
cheaper yet.
videotaped, I just want you all to know, you're all TV stars, so whatever you say.
Oh.
Anything else?
All my Putnam County people down there.
If not, I'd like to have a quick executive session to go over employee evaluations.
They don't care.
I'd like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss
Any personnel?
employee evaluations.
Oh, I will.
Earl,
Yes.
Zimmerman.
Yes.
Ewing,
Yes.
Knox,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
I should have said that. I think it's the fire department that does it.